is going on, Black and White Nation? We were gonna go live on Tuesday, then all of a sudden, what is it called? Cloudflare decided to like wipe out half the internet. We were like, it's probably best we reschedule this thing.
Yeah, because we were like, there was stories I was trying to get to. I couldn't even open.
Yeah, X was down.
Twitter wouldn't work. Yeah, X was down. I think they said I heard them say on one of the podcasts I listened to, I guess Instagram was down at the same time, and a bunch of the regular websites I go to all down. All down.
Of them were down.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. YouTube was working though. YouTube was working. So.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. So, anyway, how's it going?
Not too bad, man. A little sleepy today, this morning, but I'm overall doing pretty good. Cloudy outside. It looks like it wants to rain, but just doesn't want to pull the trigger.
Well, I texted you this morning. I was like, man, we got this big line of storms coming. Well, they broke up. They just disintegrated like an hour from the house. They broke up, but when you look at the radar, they're going to reform in about around noon today.
Yeah.
And then head in. We're supposed to get like upwards of 7 inches of rain between now and I think it's now and maybe like sometime Monday night. That's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of rain.
We're supposed to get days of rain, but we need it, man. We really, really do need it.
Yeah, we're pretty dry too. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah, and we are live on Rumble, I think. Let me check here. See if we're actually live over here.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll just read the chat. Uncle Detroit, aka Joe Bob, Emma Murphy, Relevation 6'2", Chad, Straight Chad 8059, Jim Thurkill. Haven't seen you in a while. Maybe you was in here the other day. I hope I didn't miss you. POTUS, He4SL, Master Bonbon, Sharon Lester, Agent 57,000 DM, Charles D67, Knight, Turnal 9708. Is that supposed to be Mist One Kang or Mystic Kang 3137? And let's see. That's it. That's all I've got in the chat as of right now.
Yep. I think notifications went out, and we are live on Rumble.
They did. I just saw. I would suspect some of our YouTube usuals are actually going to be in Rumble today. I know some of the channel members also like they've got Rumble too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
This time the sports channel is working because I don't know what happened last time.
Well, the last live stream we did, I didn't have a notification for the 2 channel at all. And when I checked analytics after our previous stream, the 2 channel outgained all the other channels by, I think, like 1,000 views right after it was over. The 2 channel had 1,000. They had like 3,500 views on it, and this channel had like 2,500. And I'm still like, that shouldn't be happening.
Now this is weird. Like right now, the 2 channel has 59 people watching, but the Bit Sports channel has 51. Something is still going on.
Yeah. Well, even with that other channel, I don't know what's going on over there. Like, I did a video yesterday morning on the WNBA CBA, and even being in the off season and everything, that video should have got at least 10,000 views on it. Yeah. I think it might have 7,000, maybe. And so I still don't know what's going on with the views. Yep. I really don't.
Yeah. $1 million for probably what, 2 players on each team?
1.1. 1 point. Hey, in that league, the 0.1 is big deal. That extra 100,000, big deal.
They're probably feeling the pressure from that Saudi Arabia thing, and they want to lose more money.
Well, I think since we had our last live stream, 2 or 3 more players signed with that league.
You know? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, including like Jonquel Jones. She was the 2021 MVP of the WNBA. And then Agumake was a former MVP. So, yeah, they're all big names. Well, for that league, they're big names that signed. We're waiting because one of the names that I did a video the other day, and you could see some of these players coming, like Jonquel Jones, because Project B started following them on Twitter.
Oh.
And Jewel Lloyd was the other one. Well, guess who else they're following? They're following Kelsey Mitchell from the Indiana Fever, but they haven't announced that one yet. But everybody else, I think there's just 2 players that they're following that has not officially announced as of yet. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Make sure everybody smash that thumbs up button. We really don't have, I don't know what's going on. We really don't have the amount of people that we would normally have in here for some reason.
No, I mean, even on a bad day, we ought to have by now
400.
Probably 400. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, something going on. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So share the live stream too, by the way. But we appreciate the people over there on Rumble. We have WWG, WGAG, TG. Wow, what a name. Says good morning. That's over there on the Black and White News channel. And we have King Kang Rumsky and Big Fat Mo watching on the sports channel over there. So we appreciate everybody coming. Drop super chats. I was just about to say drop super chats. And here we go. We already have one. Where is that from? Just out of curiosity. That's actually from the sports channel, where we have ACDC Fanuc says Chip Kelly must stay in Vegas. God bless Bo Nitz.
Whoa, Chip Kelly. Whoa, that's ugly in Vegas right now. Ugly.
I got to tell you, man. Why I was watching that Chiefs game against the Broncos. Boy, that was an ugly game, man.
Yeah, it was.
It was ugly.
It was an ugly
that
game.
Broncos defense is for real.
It's filthy.
And something is definitely not right with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs they're not the Chiefs. They're 5-5.
I'm still baffled by the Chip Kelly thing. I could not believe that. Chip Kelly's one of these guys that the coaches and the players like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick was enamored by Chip Kelly. Flew out to New Hampshire to study the offense, and that Chip Kelly was all of this thing they believe is going to translate. He comes back to the NFL. He's running college principles out there. Like, guys are breaking down his film going, he's using college hash marks, or trying to, in his offense. And one guy said the other day he just ran the same play over and over again. And it's like the NFL defenses know what's coming with Chip Kelly. He has single-handedly that whole Geno Smith comeback art. He literally put a bullet in it. He killed Geno Smith's comeback.
Geno Smith has thrown a ton of interceptions. I know that and by the way, Connor Akers, Chip Kelly should have never left Oregon. But speaking of Geno Smith, I watched that game against the Cowboys, man. And I know the Cowboys defense is improved now with the moves they made. But boy, how many interceptions Geno Smith threw in that game? 2? He has like 13 interceptions now.
I don't. He doesn't have any time. That Cowboys defense ate him alive.
Yeah,
ate him alive. Their two best offensive linemen are out. They're on injured reserve now.
And I really do believe the Cowboys defense is going to be improved because 6 out of 11 starters on the field, this is their first time playing this season. That Cowboys defense is different now.
It is considerably better. That front is considerably.
Yep.
Look
Jerry just waited like 3 weeks too late.
Well, okay. That just from the start of the season, think about this. That front's got Clowney on it now. It's got Kenny Clark on it, and it's got Quinn Williams on it. That's a good front. That's a good defensive front. And they may not, well, they got sacks this last week, but they may not get sacks, but the quarterback
you need the pressure.
Certainly going to know he's there. They're going to get quarterback hits. The pocket's going to collapse. I think that Cowboys defense, we got to remember, they got Deron Bland back from injury, Overshown back. You got Logan Wilson, who showed up from the trade the other day. He played well. That's a different Dallas defense from 1 month ago. Yep. A different one.
It is. Mumbly Peg, hey John, EWC here. Thanks for this shipmate. So he was a chief electronics warfare. So he was an E7. Now they don't even call them EWs anymore. They call them ITs now. It's not that kind of IT you're thinking of, though.
Do I think that Kelly is sabotaging Carroll to get it? No. If anything, they're both going to get fired. Is my guess. I think Chip's going to get fired regardless. He's screwed. Chip Kelly is not going to be around at all. Again, I loved everything they did in the offseason, and then they hired Chip Kelly, and I just couldn't believe it. I was baffled. When that news broke, I was like, what are the Raiders doing? By the way, just to play off of that, guess who's starting against the Raiders this weekend? Do you know?
Oh, Sanders.
Yeah. Shedeur is getting his first
start.
NFL start against the Raiders
and
in Vegas.
Boy, he was pretty bad last week.
Well, he was historically bad. Yeah. I'm not kidding. They went through, CBS Sports went through and broke down some of the statistics. He was historically worst in like 5 different quarterbacking categories.
Yeah.
For an NFL debut. He was that bad. Now, he hasn't gotten any reps with the ones. And, they came out the other day and he was like, yeah, I'd never thrown the Jerry Jeudy before. And I was thinking to myself, everybody went nuts after they heard that. And I thought, do you guys not know how the NFL works? If you're not the starter, you're not getting first team reps, bucko. That doesn't happen, you know?
Yep.
So while everybody was losing their minds, I was like, this is common. And you got to remember that Dillon Gabriel was drafted ahead of him. And if you're trying to actually develop a rookie quarterback, of course Dillon Gabriel is getting all the damn reps. Why wouldn't he?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. I may correct you. I said IT. No, it's not IT. It's actually CT now, like crypto. That's exactly what they are now. They changed it when I was at the end of my career in the Navy. So we do got some topics, guys, here. So drop your super chats. We'll keep them coming. What do you want to start at, Rhodes? Do you want to start with this Chicago thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, this Chicago thing, man, when you told me about this, it blew my mind.
I saw it, was like,
I could not believe this.
This has went down again.
It's very reminiscent of that illegal alien. I don't remember which city that was in though, where he set a woman on fire and he sat outside the train and watched her burn to death.
Oh yeah, wasn't that in New York?
I think it was in New York.
I think it wasn't. And then of course the guy that stabbed the lady on the subway. or on the train. Wasn't that in North Carolina, I guess?
Yeah, that was in North Carolina.
Well, here we are. I mean, we're here again.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. So now we have a career criminal. He's been arrested, get this, I believe 49 times. And he's out there on the streets of Chicago. And there's video footage of this man at a gas station filling up. He was planning on burning somebody. And what did he do? He burned a woman. Now, this woman, I believe, is still alive some kind of way. But let's check out this story, Rhodes.
Good God.
Here we go. Woman was minding her business when man allegedly set her on fire on CTA train. Rhodes, I've been telling you, man, when it comes to these big cities, I would never take public transportation. I would never do it.
It's not safe. If it's a blue city, forget about it. No way.
Yeah, and pretty much they're all blue cities.
Yeah. If they got public trans like this, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, look at this. And we're going to watch the news clip here. A man described as having a long criminal history is facing a federal terrorism charge after allegedly setting a woman on fire on a CTA train in Chicago, court documents show. Lawrence Reed, 50, was charged with executing an act of terrorism on a mass transportation system. U.S. Attorney Andrew Boltris said Reed has had plenty of second chances until Wednesday. Reed is accused of setting a 26-year-old woman on fire on Monday while riding the CTA Blue Line train. Police said he ran away when the train stopped at Clark and Lake. He was in custody by Tuesday morning. Let's watch this clip here, guys. Prepare to be stunned.
Lawrence Reed had been charged with arson in the past. His criminal history extensive, but investigators say this latest alleged crime is a disturbing act of violence.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets given his violent criminal history and his pending criminal cases.
50-year-old Lawrence Reed in federal custody tonight. Prosecutors say he's been accused of committing a terrorist attack against a mass transportation system after he allegedly set a 26-year-old woman on fire Monday night on the CTA Blue Line train. The U.S. Attorney's Office calling the incident a horrific, unprovoked attack.
This young woman was on her phone, going through her phone, minding her business, when Mr. Reed approached her and began throwing gasoline on her.
Surveillance images from a criminal complaint giving a glimpse into what happened Monday night. Chicago police say Reed filled a container with gas at a Chicago station 20 minutes before the attack.
Wow.
Then he got onto a CTA Blue Line train and approached the victim, who had her back turned towards him. He opened a bottle and poured liquid on her. Police say she tried to run, but Reed chased her down. Then he lit the bottle, setting the woman on fire.
The surveillance video is difficult to watch and is very disturbing, as a young woman was set ablaze and tried to put herself out while other passengers got out of the way or watched.
Court documents state the victim was engulfed in flames and that Reed stood watch.
This is an individual with a very long and extensive criminal history on the state side. These are incredibly serious charges, and this is a case that now needs to be handled federally.
Reed's criminal history runs years deep, seen here in previous mugshots for multiple crimes, including when federal investigators say Reed was charged with aggravated arson after setting this fire at the Thompson Center in 2020. The woman from Monday's attack, officials say, is now fighting for her life. Reed, if convicted, could face a lifetime in prison. He is due back in court on.
Wow.
Somebody asked, yes, the woman was white, in case you're wondering.
Oh, she was. I didn't even know.
Yeah, she was a white woman. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, check this out, though. Right here. I'm going to share my screen again so you guys can see what Benny Johnson posted right here. Meet Lawrence Reed. He is facing terrorism charges after setting a 26-year-old woman on fire aboard a Chicago train. According to reports, he doused her in gasoline and ignited it, saying, "Burn alive, bitch." Reed has been arrested 49 times. 49. 10 of them being felonies. And yet judges keep putting him back on the streets. They failed to protect the public. They failed to protect a young woman. This tragedy was preventable, and the judges who enabled it need to be held accountable. Wow.
Yeah, and I saw a picture that somebody showed a picture of the judge that let him out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's under the one of the feeds that's got all this on it. If you scroll through, you'll find her picture there. And she looks about like you would expect a liberal judge, you know. But it's beyond me how in the world people like this keep getting put back in society. We have them. We can throw them in, lock them up, throw away the key.
How do you get arrested 49 times?
Look, at
Bro,
some point,
that's older than I am. Each year is older than I am.
At some point, we have, as a society, have got to say, you know what? You are not a value to society in a productive manner. Okay. I mean, I would doubt this guy's very much ever held a job, etc. I mean,
I highly doubt it.
What production to society, what value are you adding to our society? At some point, there's got to start being a trigger where it's like, okay, you're gone for life. No parole.
Yeah.
You're gone for life. I don't care what it is.
But this is Chicago we're talking about.
Well, of course it is. I mean, it's the same thing over and over. You actually got another high profile incident. When's the last one? You said it was a woman on a there was a woman on a subway or a bus there too?
The Ukrainian woman in North Carolina.
No, I'm talking about there was one in Chicago a few years ago. The guy pushed, I may have done a video on that. Did the guy push somebody off in front of the subway? I think that's what the guy did.
Oh, I think I did a video on that too.
Yeah.
I don't, man. There's so many crazies out there, man. We're losing count.
And you got Brandon Johnson, who ought to be prosecuted. I mean, the idea that he's got the ability, him and anybody in California in a leftist city.
You notice something that we didn't hear in this clip? Did you hear anything about state charges?
Against him? No. It's just
heard federal charges.
So far, federal.
Not saying the state won't happen, but you guys probably get the point. When you've been arrested 49 times, you keep getting let out.
Brandon Johnson is, and I wonder if the federal charges is not an angle of some kind. You know, Trump's wanted to go into Chicago for months now, and do what he did in Memphis, which was completely clean it up.
He did go into Chicago.
Well, they didn't let him do the job, though. Remember, all those National Guards were just in wait, and they ended up sending them home. Greg Abbott sent some of our Texas National Guard up there, and they were just literally in a holding pattern, and then they sent them all home because Brandon Johnson wouldn't let them go in there. You know, and he's a byproduct of the Radical Teachers Union. Just, you know, I mean,
that should be dismantled.
It's the same thing over and over and over again in this city, whether it's Lori Lightfoot or Brandon Johnson, J.B. Pritzker. Come on. I mean, at some point, and I think this is something Trump's got to be looking at. And it's probably his theory behind the National Guard. He's got to think to himself that, you know, at some point they're putting U.S. citizens at risk, right? And he's the president of all U.S. citizens, whether you're in Chicago or whether you're in Tyler, Texas. They're all his people. And I'm sure Trump is like, it's my job to make sure these people are safe in our country. People aren't safe in America right now. They're not safe. Just getting on public transportation, you are literally putting your life on the line.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey,
you want to know how many times I've been on public transportation in Houston? Now, granted, I don't live in the city.
Right.
But it's been 0 times. 0. I work downtown Houston, man. I've seen some of the there's homeless people down there, man, and crazies down there, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Hey, I'm gonna drop out for a sec. The guy that goes and takes care of my mother just called me, and he knows I'm on this. Okay. So let me call him real fast, okay?
Okay. All right. So I'm solo right now, guys. Yeah, because I was about to introduce the second topic here, but we'll just wait until Rhodes gets back. Wait, what? Do you think you could fix your broken ass YouTube today, or please let somebody else buy it? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Chicago though, man, I would never want to live there. Now, Navy boot camp is outside of Chicago. That's the only time I spent any time really in Chicago at Great Lakes, Illinois. But my only experience with Chicago really is the airport. That was it. Going to boot camp and leaving, and I never went back. Never went back to O'Hare ever again. Yeah, but this story is sad. This story is really, really sad, man. I mean, it's amazing. How do you get arrested that many times and you're still let out? But I think this guy, he's probably at the end of the road now. This dude facing life in prison now. He better pray that woman doesn't die. He better pray that woman doesn't die. And we all should be praying that she actually does survive. But let's just be real, man. If she was engulfed in flames, she's going to be disfigured for life. I mean, I went to school with a girl, and she had fire burns all over her body, man. She definitely disfigured. Wow. Something's telling me, man, that she probably should end up suing the authorities in Chicago for keep letting this guy out and committing crimes. Now, some people are asking what happened. We're talking about a career criminal in Chicago brought gasoline onto a train, threw it on a woman, and set her on fire. And she's fighting for her life. So that's what we were talking about. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So now he's facing federal charges, but no talk of any state charges. No, Rose doesn't live at home with his mother. His mother lives elsewhere. He has his own place. So, but he'll be back in a minute. Sad what happened in Chicago. Worse, the parents of the children are making excuses. Man. I mean, guys, eventually you're going to get what you voted for. And those people in Chicago, man, they're getting what they voted for. Just like I believe when it comes to New York City, those people in New York City, man, they're going to get what they voted for. And they're definitely going to have some regrets on that. It's going to get bad. But that's these people voted for, man. Yeah. This guy should have never been released. He should have never, ever been released. I mean, 49 arrests. When is enough enough? What? To me, you would think it'd be like, all right, 3 strikes and you're out. Nah. So before this is number 50 for him, I believe. 50. This is insane. 50 times. And now this is public now. Now he's charged with terrorism. He's gonna do life. He better do life. That just doesn't make any sense, man. Doesn't make any sense. So make sure you guys like the live stream, guys. And we'll get to some more topics. I'm trying to wait until Rhodes actually comes back. Because we got some other topics here that we definitely want to cover. Let me check on Rumble here too as well. Make sure we all don't have anything over there. All right, yeah, we're good. We're good over there. Because I do have a topic I want to talk about with Rhodes here. It's a sports topic, so I definitely want to talk about that. But I'm trying to wait till he comes back. Lifting prayers up for her family. Yes, because they definitely need it. Her family definitely needs prayers. All right, you back?
I am. It's a good thing I called him because my mom didn't feel good and she didn't want him there. So I had to call her because she wasn't answering the door.
Oh.
I was like, he said, I knew you were on that stream. And he was like, I didn't know what to do. And I said, well, I knew to call you because you knew I was on this stream and not to bother me. So he's got to make a couple of stops and then he's actually coming my way because he works here today.
Okay.
He was like, but won't the dogs mess up the stream? I was like, you just won't be able to come to my office for a while.
They bark anyway.
I mean, anything happens, they bark. So
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Rhodes, I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith Nets.
Okay.
Because guess who was actually on First Take?
Who was on First Take?
Paul Feinbaum.
Oh,
he was on there.
That ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because we all know where Paul Feinbaum stands right now. He made that perfectly clear.
Now, Lane Kiffin, he's the coach of Ole Miss, right? Well, Stephen A. tried to make the issue of black athletes wanting to go to, I believe it's they play in Oxford, Mississippi. He tried to make it a racial issue. And we got the clip. Now, Paul Feinbaum, I don't know what he actually said on First Take because we don't have that clip. But Paul Feinbaum pretty much blasted Stephen A. for what he said. So let's get into it right here. Stephen A. Smith sparks racial controversy as ESPN colleague calls out $100 million hosts over Ole Miss claims. Stephen A. Smith has been called out by fellow ESPN host Paul Feinbaum following an on-air dispute which the latter claims turned racial. Feinbaum, 70, was a guest on Smith's show First Take on Wednesday and joined in discussions over the future of Ole Miss Rebels head coach Lane Kiffin. Having impressed during his time in Mississippi thus far, Kiffin has been tipped for a move to a bigger school in the SEC in the near future. However, when discussing Kiffin's potential move, Smith said, quote, "I'm going to bring it home, all right? He's in Oxford, Mississippi, okay? Let's get that out the way. Leave it to me. I'll say it. The brothers ain't trying to come to Oxford, Mississippi for the most part compared to Gainesville or Baton Rouge. Now, let's watch the clip here, though, Rhodes. Okay?
Okay.
Because I got some demographics on Oxford, Mississippi, and Stephen A. ain't going to like it.
I was going to say, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Stephen A. ain't going to like what I'm going to show him right here. But let's play this.
What? Oh, stop it. Just stop it. Leave that man alone. Y'all leave Lane Kiffin alone. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this to this man, okay? Yeah, listen, you and I, look, I'm going to bring it home, all right? He's in Oxford, Mississippi, okay? Let's get this out the way. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, somebody, y'all can't say it. Don't you dare say it, Paul. Don't you dare say it, Dougie. Don't you
Look at
say
Paul
it, Shay.
Finebaum.
Leave it to me. I'll say it. The brothers ain't trying to come to Oxford, Mississippi, for the most part, compared to Gainesville or Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's just call it what it is, okay? You look at the job that Lane Kiffin has done at Ole Miss, it's phenomenal. The man has won 74% of his games over the last 6 years. Ole Miss is they're in the picture. They could win a national championship. Lane Kiffin, his personality, his cachet, it ain't Nick Saban he got to work with. He's got the potential to be another Nick Saban, but it ain't going to happen at Ole Miss. Not for years down the road to come. No. But Gainesville? At the University of Florida, but Baton Rouge, at Death Valley, LSU, that's a different animal. I'm not saying that you don't have black players and stuff like that on the team. Of course you do. You just showed it with Pat McAfee's show. We understand it. But I'm just talking about from a recruiting standpoint, in terms of longevity, establishing a sustained level of success for many, many years.
Yeah, Rhodes, Stephen A. is trying to make you think this is probably the 1960s with the Klan running around.
What?
But
what the hell did I just listen to? I mean, seriously, you gotta be kidding. Number one, the brothers, Mississippi's got a large part black community. It's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's crazy as hell. And let's just be honest. This ain't got a damn thing to do with skin color when you're talking about different schools. What it does have to do with is NIL money. That can have an influence. You know, how much money and power does a university have? Yeah, that might make a determination whether a player comes there. White, black, Korean, German, Scottish, Hispanic. I mean, can we go on and on? LSU's going to pay me $250,000 to run the ball. Oxford's going to pay me $500,000. I'm going to Lane Kiffin's program. Do you see how that decision was made? Just like that. Got a damn thing to do with mother effing race. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. What is wrong with this guy?
Now look at this. Finebaum looked perplexed as Smith ranted away before responding to the comments on his own program, The Paul Finebaum Show, just hours later. The ESPN host said that Smith, who was implying that black athletes would not want to play in Oxford, Mississippi, and questioned why the conversation turned racial. Speaking on his show, Finebaum said, quote, I realize that a lot of you did not see what Stephen A. said, but he clearly made it racial. He clearly said, in his words, the brothers do not want to go to Oxford, Mississippi, which has been proven to be completely incorrect. I've been to Oxford a million times, and I think it's terribly unfair to bring up echoes of yesteryear, the 60s, and try to portray Oxford as this type of place today. It's not. The South has changed. You can make your own interpretation, but to dump on Oxford while saying Gainesville and Baton Rouge would be utopia was just baffling. Now, Rose, here's the thing right here, man. Here's the thing right here. Obviously, Stephen A. didn't look at the the demographics of Oxford, Mississippi. Rhodes, what is the percentage of black people in the U.S.?
Is it 13%?
13%.
Okay.
This is the demographics as of 2020 for black people in Oxford, Mississippi. 22.25%.
I was going to say, it's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes absolutely no sense. And by the way, if you want to get into Lafayette County where they're at, black people, 20.25% of the population of the county. So this race baiting by Stephen A. completely backfired.
It is insane. Insane. Now, look, by the way, of the 3 jobs, I mean, I could see Florida. Is Lane going to get paid more than anybody else? That's going to be part of it. But there's definitely a world where Lane stays, because Lane he's becoming a legend at Ole Miss. He is. They may build a damn statue to his ass. They're going to make the playoffs this year. Okay? In case you're wondering, who was his quarterback last year? Jackson Dart. Guess what? Jackson Dart drafted in the first round by the Giants. Yep. So you're telling me that Lane knows how to develop potential future NFL quarterbacks? So that's going to get recruits. Well, wide receivers are going to know that. Oh, I may end up getting to play with some future NFL quarterbacks. I'm going to Ole Miss. That's ignorant. How do you get race into this?
Yeah.
The gymnastics to get race involved in that. I mean, God, talking about LSU and Ole Miss, you might as well be talking about the same place. I mean, essentially, I'm here. I'm right down the road from LSU. By the way, if you want to talk about traditional potential racist origins, there's a hell of a lot of plantations down in South Louisiana. I'm just letting you know.
And Florida.
And Florida.
There's historic plantations in Louisiana and Florida.
Setting all of that aside, guess what? Ain't been a lick of slavery in none of those places. Nope. In how long?
Nope. Since the 1860s. And nobody alive today has ever seen a slave.
How does this dude still have a platform? I mean,
I don't know.
That is why. I mean, honestly, you would think he'd be regulated to do his own thing now. You know, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is. Look, barbershops, turn Stephen A. off. You're killing the sports world. Yeah. My God. You already know his opinions on the Cowboys. You don't need to hear it again.
Yep. ACDC Fanatic says Stephen A. is a black version of Beavis on Sugar Rush.
Oh, that's funny. That's kind of right.
Yeah.
It's kind of right. God,
boy, Stephen A. He's something else, man. He is something else.
Let's see. I saw something here. John Rhodes, what's your opinion on Curt Cignetti is doing in Bloomington? He's doing a hell of a damn job with Indiana. A hell of a job. And he's staying there. He was going to be up for a lot of these jobs. No, they got him signed long term. He's doing a hell of a job there. Absolutely. By the way, speaking of LSU, heard a little something about Brian Kelly. You know, the coach that they just got fired. Evidently, he's sniffing around because there's rumors that Michigan State may fire their coach. And look, I think he's a good coach, but I also think I think coaching in college is somewhat regional, you know, with the kind of hires you should make. And Brian Kelly and Michigan State, that makes a lot of sense. He'll win games there. He'll win 9 games with you know, occasional 10 wins, maybe. And they'll love him. They'll love him for that. But his problem with LSU is he never resonated with the fan base and the area at all. He showed up, and all of a sudden, you got this Southern drawl. It's like, where in the hell did that get hatched from, Brian Kelly? You know, so yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy,
man. All right, smash that thumbs up button, guys, if you do not mind. It wouldn't be a good live stream without a good Stephen A. Topic, you know?
No,
Just wouldn't be a good live stream without it. Got another person we could talk about, Rhodes, here. How about Megan Rapinoe?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
What is she doing?
Megan Rapinoe, man. You know, there's a bunch of backlash now about trying to keep these transgenders out of women's sports.
Is it possible to come out as more gay? Is that what we're getting? I mean,
women are revolted now.
what?
They're not afraid like they were back in the day. And we all know that Megan Rapinoe advocated for the male invasion of female sports when she was retiring. Notice how that works. It's funny how that works, right? She
Yeah.
didn't have to play against transgenders.
Yeah. So that's what she did. She retired and said, just let all the penis in the world straight into women's sports.
Yeah.
I'm not here anymore, so I don't have to play again. I'm not getting my head knocked off on a soccer field. So
Yeah.
sure, let them in.
So now she actually has her podcast now. And guess what? She's questioning the motives now on keeping men out of women's sports, Roads. Could it just be, hey, men shouldn't be in women's sports? Megan Rapinoe is something else, man. Look at this. Former soccer star Megan Rapinoe questions motives for keeping men from women's sports. Former U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe has claimed that people have questionable motives for wanting to keep men out of women's sports. Speaking on the A Touch More podcast, Rapinoe responded to an op-ed from Angel City FC player Elizabeth Eddy, calling on the National Women's Soccer League, NWSL, to adopt clear gender guidelines. This is what Megan Rapinoe said. Quote, "Are we really protecting women in sports, or are we doing this just thinly veiled? Oh my God, we're scared and we have to protect women in sports, question mark. And it's like, we're fine. We don't even have any trans players in the NWSL. That was really, I felt pretty disingenuous." Now, I don't believe that was necessarily
that's not accurate, I don't think.
Because we were talking about the Barbara Banda person.
Yeah.
And the Barbara Banda person, I believe that's a DSD issue. Clearly a male. Clearly. So Rapinoe then cited former U.S. men's soccer star Landon Donovan and his new hairpiece, noting that he wanted to avoid public mockery because of it. Rapinoe said that transgender athletes in women's sports is all about people feeling comfortable in their own skin. What? Quote, "I just was totally struck by the familiarity of the story and the similarity to, as a gay person, our own pursuit of gay rights and of being our full selves, specifically of trans people in this moment in general," Rapinoe said. And like, it fucking matters how you feel when you look in the mirror. It matters how you feel inside your own body. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I think so often that we talk about gay rights and specifically on trans rights. We're like trying to express it at a basic level of how vital and how important it is for everyone to be able to exist in their own skin and in their own bodies in a way that they want and the way that feels comfortable. It doesn't have to do with anybody else. It really can be life-changing
It can be life-saving in so many ways. I just don't think it's really important. And I just think it's really important, she continued. Wow. This woman's crazy, man.
Yeah, she's nuts. I think Natasha Cloud of the WNBA might have come out in favor of this shit too. Not too long ago, if I remember correct. Somebody
she's completely nuts, man.
Somebody was talking about this in the WNBA because of these soccer players. And yeah, I mean, that team went up there and just sold their teammate right down the river for the sake of being woke. Literally, they got up there. She does not represent the values that we think, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all she said was she wants to make sure she's not competing against a man in a women's league. And we have to get up there and try to separate ourselves from somebody that's got that viewpoint. And somehow, some way, you don't recognize how freaking crazy you look. You don't recognize how crazy you look getting up there and you're shilling to allow men in a women's sport, a professional women's sport at that. I mean, and these lesbians, it's hilarious. I mean, Megan Rapinoe, you got to be shitting me, right? You sold women out real fast for penis, didn't you? I mean, you forgot all about that quick. Brave, stunning, and courageous, my ass. You forgot all about that. As soon as you retired, bleep it. Let all the penis in the world into our sports. We're good. I ain't got to play against them. Women's rights. These women have shit all over everything that was built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when it came to women's rights in sports. They have shit all over it. It is unbelievable. It really is. They sold them women right out. I mean, for as crazy as Martina Navratilova is, she's right. These people are crazy. They shouldn't let no men in the women's sports, you know? And she remembers. She's old enough to remember how hard it was for a woman in sports back in the, 70s, how that was viewed, how it was looked at, how nobody wanted to watch it.
Yeah. Remember, Serena Williams years ago said that she would lose to Andy Roddick sit-so in like 5 minutes. She wouldn't score on him. And she's right about that.
Well, I put a video up yesterday. Michael Porter Jr. and Lonzo Ball were on a podcast, and they talked about the WNBA. And
I saw that story.
They said that when, Michael Porter said when he was in the 7th or 8th grade, he was clowning D1 women's players, just destroying them. Sophie Cunningham was one of them because he was out there practicing against the University of Missouri, and they had several WNBA players. He destroyed them. He said, "I destroyed them."
Well, you know that Don Staley, South Carolina, they actually practice against the boys and lose all the time.
The Fever practice against boys all the time. Yeah.
South Carolina won a NCAA Women's National Championship, and the boys that practice with them also get a ring. That's what Don Staley said, and they can't beat them.
How many points would LeBron score right now?
Right now
against the WNBA team at his age?
Oh, easily 100.
100? I said yesterday a C note. 100.
Easily. I mean, LeBron is a physical specimen for a man. He's going against smaller WNBA players. I mean, high school boys basketball teams would beat WNBA teams. I don't even think that's even a question. I really don't. So, I think you lost Rhodes there, right there. He froze up. There you go. You're back now.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder if I'm frozen. And then I looked over at my TV, and I guess I was, because I was like, I mean, it would. dude, if Asia Wilson tried to back LeBron James down in the paint and took 20 shots, how many is she getting away? Is she getting
Zero.
any
She's not
shots
getting
away?
any away. Asia Wilson, arguably the best player in WNBA, would be the last person on the bench on the worst NBA team. She wouldn't get any minutes.
And she's got height and major length. And she's not getting a shot off against
No.
LeBron.
No.
Is she
She's not getting a shot off against anybody.
anybody?
No. Not against anybody. That ain't going to happen. All
I
right.
mean, that's hilarious. That's crazy.
Yep.
God, I just cannot believe that.
Yep.
I mean, it's something to do with that community that Megan Rapinoe is, that whole community. I mean, it's like, let's make sure transgenders can be around children. What?
Yeah.
What?
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. The Ben Daniel podcast becomes a channel member on the 2 channel.
Appreciate it, Ben.
Yep.
Thank
yep.
you.
I got one more story, Rhodes. One more story here.
Yeah.
Wow. That I would never want to be a politician, man. Something's telling me if I was to become a politician, I would have to be corrupt. All these politicians, namely like House reps, what is their salary? $150,000 a year or something like that. But they raise a ton of money, like sometimes millions of dollars.
Oh, they're all
But-
worth a whole lot more than their salaries.
Yeah. and also the government puts away certain money for certain things, right?
Yeah.
What if I was to tell you, man, we have a Democrat politician now. She's now found out because she stole FEMA money
Oh.
and she's going down. She got indicted.
Wow.
She got indicted. So let's go ahead, Rhodes, and check out this story. Democrat Congresswoman indicted for particularly selfish alleged theft of FEMA relief funds for campaign use. Sheila Shafillis McCormick faces up to 53 years in prison if convicted on federal charges. Wow. A Miami grand jury indicted Rep. Sheila Shafillis McCormick on charges of allegedly stealing millions of dollars in disaster relief funds to make illegal campaign contributions, the DOJ said Wednesday. According to the indictment, the Florida Democrat allegedly conspired to steal $5 million in FEMA funds alongside her brother, Edwin Shafillis, and numerous co-defendants. Prosecutors allege that the defendants routed the funds through multiple accounts to disguise their source and that a significant portion of the misappropriated funds were used as campaign contributions to Shafillis McCormick's 2021 congressional campaign or for their personal benefit. Boy, this is bad. The Democrat could face up to 53 years in prison if convicted. And that's a picture of her right there. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing her name correct. Shafillis McCormick. Yeah. This is what Pam Bondi said. Using disaster relief funds for self-enrichment is a particularly selfish, cynical crime. No one is above the law. Where have we heard that from before, Rhodes? Least of all, powerful people who rob taxpayers for personal gain. We'll follow the facts in this case and deliver justice. Both Shafillis McCormick and her brother worked through their family health care company on a FEMA-funded COVID-19 vaccination staffing contract in 2021, according to the indictment. The company received an overpayment of $5 million in FEMA funds in July 2021, prosecutors allege. FBI Director Cash Taylor immediately posted on X that Shafillis McCormick and her family allegedly stole money from FEMA and then laundered it through friends towards her own personal benefits, including her campaign accounts. The indictment also states that Shafillis McCormick and Natdij LeBlanc allegedly fixed contributions using straw donors and channel funds from a FEMA-funded COVID-19 contract to their associates who used it to make campaign donations. Wow. Wow. She's facing 53 years in prison. Now, when it comes to the weak Republican Party in the House.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Why is there no vote on the floor to expel her from Congress?
Right.
They couldn't even censor that Virgin Islands rep, what's her name, Placid, who was being fed questions by Jeffrey Epstein himself. Because deep state is real, folks. The corruption is real, and the Republican Party is weak.
No, the corruption is real on both sides. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, that place is full of a bunch of, they're crooks, man.
Yeah.
They are literal crooks in office. I don't know if it's the you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
That's what happened with the vote yesterday.
Continuous, incestuous scenarios that play out they go out there and they get in front of the media and act like they're just feuding with each other. I mean, God, that son of a bitch over there,
fake.
blah, 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 back and forth. They walk back in, walk down the hall, and one of them turns to the other one and says, "Where are we going to lunch today?" It's just that much bullshit.
Well,
where are we going today for lunch? They're all hanging out. I've heard they're all partying together. I mean, it's
we heard about the set scandals. Actually, I did a video on that.
Yeah, it's totally corrupt, all of it. You know?
I couldn't be a politician.
It's a dog and pony show.
But
I will say
I think this woman's cooked, though. I think this woman's definitely cooked.
It is one of the things that both the West Wing and what was the show with Kevin Spacey that was so damn good that was on Netflix?
House of Cards.
House of Cards. Both of those shows got it right. They showed it. One politician sitting in the office, they look up, another one standing at their door to talk about something they need to get done. Oh, and then it's a game of negotiation. Well, I'm trying to get this done. Okay, well, I got your back on that. If you can help me out here. That's why you end up with all this leftist bullshit shoved into what's supposed to be a conservative bill. And you start looking into it and you're like, why the hell is this in there? Every bill that passes, it's that way. Nobody will stand their ground. Nobody. A bunch of vaginas in office right now.
Yep. This woman's stealing disaster relief.
Oh, you're a
and
scumbag.
padding her own pockets.
Despicable.
This is why I said, man, taxation is theft. There should be zero taxes. Because if you got rid of the taxes, man, the corruption may actually stop.
Right there. And you got people in North Carolina still need money.
Yeah.
For the floods. Usually you got people that are dying there.
Because remember, Biden left them hanging.
Totally. And remember, they went through there and there was like, oh, if you see a Trump sign, we ain't helping them folks.
Yep.
Keep walking.
Yep. And that FEMA lady, I believe they use her as a scapegoat. Because I believe she got orders from higher up to not help those Trump supporters.
I've got to be honest with you. I don't know if she even got orders or are they all just automatically wired that way. They can't think or see straight if they see a Trump sign. Think about that a minute. Think about all the fucked up TikTok videos you watched after Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. That's what you're dealing with here.
Yeah.
These people are crazy as hell. Like totally crazy. And now they're holding office, stealing money. I mean, that's what we're dealing with. Let's just, that's what it is.
You're right.
You know,
you're right.
That's what it is. Hey, I don't know if we want to, I had some stories, but my worker wasn't supposed to be here nearly this early either. So I didn't know if you wanted to keep trying to go long, or what do you want to try to do?
It's up to you, man.
Okay. All right. I just didn't want, if we were like cutting something for a potential video, it could get ruined real fast. So, hey,
well, we can try it.
What do you think about all these rumors that we're hearing about Zack Snyder making a triumphant return to the DCEU, bringing back the DCEU, and James Gunn being possibly out the door?
Yeah, I text you that that story from Cosmic Book News. Now, normally I don't use them as a source for anything because they're not really news. But there was other outlets reporting the same thing, that the Saudis are buying Paramount, right? And the Trump administration has to approve that. And the Snyderverse is safe.
That public investment fund that the Saudis got, that's spearheading all this stuff in the sports and entertainment and all that, that's what they're using to try to get involved with Paramount. Yeah. I've got a
That'd
story.
be interesting, man.
I got a couple of stories here actually involving this.
Okay.
I wanted to take a look at, because we may have an actual update on it, and it don't sound good. It doesn't sound good at all. You see that headline, DC Snyderverse return chances less likely after new Netflix Warner Brothers update. I think people are drawing this in the wrong direction, because, this did the same thing it did on me earlier. You see how it's black?
Yeah, that's happened to me before on Screen Rant.
Okay, there we go. Right there. I just refreshed it. Well, they got an update. I don't think this necessarily, a lot of these other outlets believe that in order for this to happen, it's got to be Netflix that is the one that buys Warner Brothers. I don't believe that. Okay. I think if Paramount, I think any of these companies, but in particular Netflix and Paramount, if either one of those entities were to buy Warner Brothers, I think there's a chance this happens. And I'm gonna show you why after we read this, because something else emerged yesterday, and I saw it and was like, okay, that makes some sense as to why they would be interested, because this is all what, at the end of the day, this is about box office dollars, right?
Yeah.
So one of the three studios, the only one that would really make sense for Snyder's return is Netflix. After all, DC has moved on from the franchise. James Gunn's DC Universe had a hit movie. Listen to this live.
Was that movie a hit?
Oh, it just went black on me again. What in the world? Yeah, was that movie a hit? No, it wasn't. In fact, I believe the story broke that movie actually lost money. I believe that was actually a story that came out way after the fact. And it's funny how so many media outlets decided to ignore it. Both Paramount and Comcast have no ties to Snyder to risk the resurrection of the divisive Snyderverse. Well, let's look at this. Let's take Paramount. This is why I think Paramount's in play here. What properties does Paramount have, John? They've got Landman. They've got Tulsa King. They got Mayor of Kingstown. They got all these properties.
Mission Impossible.
That don't have Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun.
That don't have a lick of wokeness in it. All right. And guess what? Paramount's already come out and said, Trump is big involved in this Paramount thing, in trying to get Paramount to be able to buy this and that the guy that's over Paramount talked about, we want to become the network of America, a pro-America entertainment net. Can you believe that actually came out of his mouth? Well, they're not going to worry about whether or not some media outlet believes the Snyderverse is divisive. They're not going to think about that. All they're going to care about is they know that Man of Steel grossed a hell of a lot more money than Superman did.
It did.
Yeah.
It's a better movie too.
Oh, it's kind of funny that all this has been percolating, because just in the last week, I watched BVS, the Ultimate Edition, which is a fantastic film, and I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. That BVS, the Ultimate Cut, that is such a superior movie to the one they actually ended up releasing.
It is.
By the way, all of this is with the backdrop of, Zack Snyder's been putting out new content, never before seen content from his universe. He's been dropping hints out there for the last month on his social media, posting the Joker and Superman and all this stuff. Pretty interesting. So, anyway, they believe that, okay, this is not going to happen if Netflix is not the one to acquire the property. I don't think that matters. All right. And I'm not going to bring up this story, but I'm just going to read this to you. One of these outlets, the one that broke it the other day, said that the Snyderverse buzz awakened a dragon. You want to know what that dragon was?
What?
Traffic from China. And you know what the Zack Snyder universe did? Made a hell of a lot of Chinese dollars at the box office. You want to know what Superman didn't do? I think it made $10 million in China. That was it.
Wow.
James Gunn's Superman was a massive bomb in China. Massive.
And we know that in China keeps most of the box office receipts.
Exactly. Man of Steel made $63.44 million in China. BVS, $95 million. Justice League, the terrible one, the
Josh Whedon one,
yeah, made $106 million.
Wow.
In China. And here's the quote: Gunn's Superman didn't even break $10 million. I mean, and when it comes to superhero movies, you gotta have that international dollar. That's where a massive portion of this money is made. That's why Marvel. That's part of the reason why Marvel is not making any money, because
they can't make money overseas.
A lot of these international countries are overwhelmingly rejecting their product now. I mean, China doesn't want to see this woke shit any more than we do.
Nope.
Even less, I would venture to say. Saudi Arabia, forget about it. And that's a lot of moviegoers too, by the way, that we haven't talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I've got one more thing. I did a video the other day, and it was on. You remember the Pelicans fan? Oh, the Pelicans fan that taunted Draymond Green.
Yeah. With Angel Racing.
Yeah. Well, it seems that we got a former. I think my worker just showed up. Yep, he did. Well, I tried. I tried. I mean, I can pause this and we can come back. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
No, I mean, it's going to
take me about 8 minutes to be able to get back, probably.
Nah,
Because I got to put my other dog up and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, might as well just end the stream. Then.
I mean, in fairness to him, we don't stream on Thursdays.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So,
yeah. That could probably just be a standalone video then.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're cutting it short. Appreciate everybody coming out. The whole Cloudfire thing messed up Tuesday, so we're gonna have the member stream tomorrow. So make sure you guys become channel members to get access to the member stream if you're watching on YouTube. Any other final word, Trodes?
Negative, Ghost Rider. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Yep. Peace. We're out.
Till next time.